As you can see, I'm in my bed, planning to go to sleep. It's about 11 o'clock at night, which I know is early, but I've had a long, busy day, hospital and then studying for exams and making dinner and whatever. But what's keeping me awake right now is that there seems to be some sort of concert going on across the street. Let's go take a listen. At least the music isn't so bad. Hi guys, Shira here. So yesterday was my last day in the hospital for this semester. In the end, I was placed in the ICU, the intensive care unit, in Bikur Cholim Hospital. Overall, my experience was very positive. I didn't really have a chance to go take a tour around the entire hospital. I've heard from a lot of people that the maternity ward is amazing and really nice. I haven't been there, so I can't say anything. But the ICU, top equipment, clean, great staff. If right now I were 80 years old and needed intensive care, I would like to be hospitalized at Bikur Cholim's ICU. I walked around a little bit into the internal medicine ward. It's like old and decrepit and kind of gross. Some of the girls that I know that work there said the staff is amazing, so maybe. But personally, I would like a hospital that has a little bit nicer facilities and that aspect. Back to my experience in the ICU. On average, they have between 2 and 3 patients in that ward with one nurse and one koach azer. Koach azer is a nurse's aide. And of course the doctor, who also works in the internal ward, so he's back and forth in and out. So for the first 2 weeks I was there, maybe the first 4 or 5 days or something like that, there were 2 patients, very stable, didn't need a lot of our attention. So most of the time I was just sitting around doing nothing, which is why I started bringing my study material, because only my hometown has clinicals at the same time as exams. But then, about halfway through my 2nd week, or even my 3rd week too, we had 2 very complicated patients that needed our attention constantly. And every time I would come in, the nurse that I was with for the day would just freak out at the fact that there was only one nurse for these 2 complicated patients. Then it would just get worse when they would admit a 3rd patient, and 1 nurse for 3 patients is insane. Yes, we have the koach azer and need help, but there's a limit to what we can do without supervision. So even though I was allowed to come at 8:30 instead of 7 and to leave at 1:30 instead of 3, in the operating room I got to see what it's like to be working a full 8-hour shift on my feet. This ward, for those 5 hours, I would not stop moving. And it was great, because I really got a chance to see what it's like to be working nonstop as a nurse. I had a lot of hands-on experience and a lot of opportunity to actually to understand what it is to have responsibility for patients. We had this Armenian patient from Bethlehem. She has a lot of children. So far I've noticed about 4 daughters and 2 sons. So yeah, it was the first time I've ever met Armenians before, and I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing to hear fluent Arabic coming out of a white person's mouth. So now the clinical's over, I just have to balance studying for my exams. I have 2 more, and also packing and getting my stuff moved into storage, and then figuring out how I'm gonna get my stuff out of storage and into my new apartment next year. Because next year I'm going to be living in the official dorms, the new dorm building, which isn't even finished yet. Remember I told you last year that they were supposed to be finished by October? It only got finished more or less in April. But I'm not worrying about it, it's not worth my stress. All I need to concentrate on is passing all my exams in the first try, because I don't have a chance to do more bet, which is makeup exams, because I'm leaving in 2 weeks, coming to Toronto for the summer. My sisters and I are planning to do a New York trip for about a week, which you will see because it will probably be on my vlog, because that makes my vlogs exciting when I do exciting things like going on vacation. I doubt this is the last video before I leave, so stay tuned. I'm just, studying at the library, and of course, every so often, when you're studying all day, you need a little bit of caffeine, some coffee to re-energize yourself. But of course, in the library, they don't have hot water, so of course it's totally normal that I brought my kettle with me, along with my coffee cup, some coffee, and some milk. Oh man, that's hot.